Hey everybody, Dave here, and we're going on the boat. We're going over to the island. Here we are. Now you can see I have gone to Builder Hall 5. Yes, Builder Hall 5. Very exciting times. The first thing you need to do when you get from Builder Hall 4 to Builder Hall 5 is get your storages up ASAP so you can unlock the super sweet Barbarian King. Battle Machine. Not really making any apologies there. I genuinely feel the Battle Machine is just the Barbarian King at the moment with a different skin on it. Anyway, let's take a look and see how my base has evolved over the last day or so since reaching Builder Hall 5. Right, so we'll start with some replays, some defensive ones. And this was the first iteration of my Builder Hall 5 base after putting some walls up and getting the cannon and other little bits and pieces as well. Again, the base is designed to try to feed the crusher through here. We've got little pods to keep the defenses nice and safe, and the builder hall is between a few layers. Obviously, the idea would be to get things through here, but that wall being recessed a little bit actually throws the AI off, and the guard post is a very effective defense to stop people coming in that direction. So CJ Master, you can see he's trying to pick up percentage by going around the outside with all his barbarians, etc. But he's going to have a hard time when he gets in range of all my bits and bobs. So what's going to happen here is one by one his barbarians and archers are going to be picked off. He's not making any ground, no inroads at all into that town hall area. And everything is on long range, of course, able to pick off everything in a crossfire. Okay, so unfortunately for him, not going to get the 59% is not enough because I got 100%. But then of course I did have a Barbarian King, Battle Machine. This is a fairly common base design at Builder Hall 4. And I make no bones about it. I am bullying this Builder Hall 4. But he's going to Builder Hall 5, so he probably needs a lesson on what to do too. So with this design, you take out the camps as soon as you can. I got my giants in, archers cleaning up that Tesla, of course. And the secret is to use, I think, the battle machine behind some of the meat. It does act as a bit of a tank for you. And then archers in behind and maybe some barbarians if you want to clean up some stuff too. Try not to use all your barbarians at once. You do want to use their rage ability to clear out some buildings quickly. Note that crusher, trying to do a number over my battle machine, but it's not working. The crusher doesn't stand up to the battle machine. Okay, it goes down here, but I've got an archer and the giant there. That spring trap actually helped by propelling my two archers into the middle, and I'm able to clean up. So moving on at 4 times speed. Bam, bam, bam. 100%. 100%'s pretty rare, I'd say, for me. I'm still trying to figure this all out, of course. It seems as though giants, barbarians, and archers are the strongest troop choice at Builder Hall 4 and 5. Alright, let's see. After CJ Master, let's take a look at... where are you, mate? Yep, Rob R, here we go. Again, 100% for me. So here's the next stage in the evolution of the base. I've decided that I wanted to open up this compartment. There's a trap in there, obviously. The idea would be that any troops trying to get into the Builder Hall would be distracted and come around this way. And this little wall here does make them go around a little bit, and they are still in range of all the weapons there. But I found that this approach ended up making them try to cut through these two walls here, more often than not. And that caused a bit of concern for me, so I made a few changes after that. So we'll just go at 2 times speed here. Again, using the giants to breach. Try not to use bombers. I've used bombers before, and I'm not that much of a fan. Baby dragons at the moment, mine aren't strong enough to try anything like that. Same with my my minions. So for me, feet firmly on the ground. Fans of my videos will also know that I tried a Laloon a few months back, and oh my god. And since it's been nerfed, it's probably no point for me at the moment. That building being under construction there is obviously the multi-mortar, so exciting times, and that thing was finally online. In response to Rob R, I then went and cleaned his clock, so to speak. Well, must have cleaned his clock tower, got 100%. Another one of these ring style bases, again, they seem to annoy me the most because they are simple to build and a bit of a no-brainer, and they are so effective. All those traps going off, bit of a pain. Okay, wasn't able to create a breach immediately, but the intention was to chip away at some buildings and then create my breach. Here we go, checking in with one barbarian to clear out any traps, then a little bit of meat to try and bust down that wall, and then a few more barbarians to clean up that other barbarian lurking around the outside. Now I've made my breach, again clearing out an obvious trap. In goes the battle machine behind the giants and some barbarians to clear the way. Then you get your ranged archers in behind as well. Some argument could be made for using the archers on the other side to clear out the guard post, but you can see that with the meat and the archers behind, it does end up being quite a strong attack to push through all of the junk, especially when you're against a Builder Hall 4. Take this moment to mention that the update will be dropping sometime tonight or tomorrow if all the rumors are correct. So just trying to get as many of these replays done before we have them wiped out. And also Builder Hall 6, good times. Alrighty. So who's after that one? This one here, another 100% for me, but again, we're looking at my base and how I've sort of tweaked it. This time you can see that I have changed the point of entry down here. This time I've made the Builder Hall a bit more of an enticing target. But of course these little gaps in here will mean that any troops will actually go through that run there, which is kind of what I wanted. Spring trap in there, defenses through here to keep that meat occupied. Keeping everything in range of the multi-mortar is also important, and of course I've got long range coverage on most of my buildings. Again, feeding the crusher, people tend to stay away from that, particularly if they're going with 40 barbarians. So yeah, again, just a little tweak here and there, showing the evolution of a base. So this person decides to go spam, go whole hog, so to speak, and send in all of those rage barbarians in a big group. And here comes the crusher. Beautiful moment. Bam! Gone. Later. Okay, and the multi-mortar doing a good job picking off those barbarians on the outside. So 46% for, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. I really should learn. And my response, predictably, was to get in there and clean them up. Again, no shame in picking on a Builder Hall 4, it's what you got to do. Even over on the mainland, as a Town Hall 11, I love rolling Town Hall 10s when I can. Yeah, just sort of one of those things, show 'em who's boss. Yep, the Crusher is still a major concern, but also a major concern for this person is their short-range archer towers. Not a fan of that. I just haven't found them to be too effective at the moment. I prefer the longer range to keep the enemy away for as long as possible. So you can see here that my battle machine, is doing a good job in taking those hits, and the archers in behind, close support, finishing off the rest of those defenses. That one last giant taking on that cannon. Speeding up now, archers clearing everything. Not even a mega mine is going to stop me. And we are done with another 100% attack. Yes! Very good, very good. Okie dokie, just two more bases to show you. This one here, YG, part of No Clan, using some giants and some archers. And we've got my same base design, so I'm pretty settled on this one now. You can see that the archers around the outside to clear the chaff. Traps going off here and there, trying to push everyone away, keeping everyone in range of my towers as much as possible. So you can see here, the giants do what I want them to do, and that is go for the defenses, then go for the other defenses. Boing, we send one away, which is great. Keeping everything in range of the mortar. Mortar, of course, slow firing, and the giants slow moving, but this time the giants were a little bit quicker. And the archer tower just pinging off those archers at will. Okay, and town hall is pretty much safe. Multi-mortar over the top does the job. Can't wait to get that one upgraded. So he got himself 55%, which is kind of cool. I didn't roll him for 100, but again, fairly close. Again, another ring-style base. What can I say? They're a pain in the bum on the mainland, and they're a pain in the bum on the island, so I don't know. Okay, so again, just being aware of the traps, trying to funnel in through usual tactics of cutting a corner with your archers and then sending in your main force on an edge. Keeping some of the archers in reserve, there we go, off they go, trying to get that town hall. That's the idea. Again, the Battle King or Barbarian Machine, whatever you want to call it, is doing its job. Archers pick off that town hall, so pretty happy here. And the rest is hopefully academic. Backed myself to hold off a 2-star on my base at the moment, and so getting a 2-star with a high percentage, I was looking forward to seeing the extra loot coming into my storages. Thank you very much. And the last one, got a bit of time, is my most recent one, and this is how my base holds up against a mass minion attack. That's the school bell. Assembly's probably still going. So the minions have been deployed, trying to get through, and you can see I've got my firecrackers right there in range, and my archer towers, of course, are going to do the deed. Plus I've got my air bombs on the other side, so it makes sense for this person to attack from that side. Minions, of course, not being targeted by the Crusher, which is unfortunate. But what is also unfortunate is that I've got 2 lots of firecrackers, and they do splash damage. So mass minions, probably not the best way to deploy them, but then again, I'm no expert on the air power at the moment. Probably no excuse. I should probably fiddle around and have a go at them at some stage. Alright, speeding up, you can see the archer tower and the bombs now just finished the job. Alright, and my response... My response, 92%. Another one of these Builder Hall 4 bases with the layers. You can see that the town hall is buried deep, and we've got some runs here to try and guide the barbarians, etc. into the traps. Okay, so again, clearing out of the traps, trying to clear off a corner. This time I decided that I'd need to go in on the corner rather than the edge. And you can see that the shield there, the meat shield, is doing a good job in distracting those archer towers while the other archers come through on the other side. And now barbarians clearing out the side. We've got giants and battle machine making their way through the walls, which is good. And the archers are in no real danger because, of course, the bigger units are taking the hits. So speeding up. Again, maybe some archers in reserve to take out that double cannon. That would have been perfect. But that is one of those things. Again, if that archer had fired a little sooner, we would have been able to get there. All right. That's all I've got time for today on this one. What I'm going to do next time is probably get a little compilation of... in fact, no. I'll show you this last one. No, I won't do that. I'll do it next time. I'll show you a little compilation of some of my failures so that we can all learn from them. Probably a good idea as well. All right, from the island, just remember, I'm on a boat, but you guys show me what you've got as well. As always, Dev out.